you assess such an elegant tune, let's address the elephant in the room. Let's address the elephant in the room. Let's address the elephant in the room. As you assess such an elegant tune, let's address the elephant in the room. Let's address the elephant in the room. Let's address the elephant in the room.
Shout out my Ricans and Jamaicans. I know you think I'm hating, but you had no influence in creation of this hip hop. Your participation was tip top, but black Americans showed you how to rip shop. Have you forgot that we taught you how to dress? Back then coming out looking like a mess. Y'all were dumbing out, tank tops made a mess, shoes clunky. We showed you how to get funky fresh, amongst the best. We helped you learn the language, so at school you wouldn't flunk the test.
Let's address the elephant in the room.
The elements came from Bam, the man grooms. Breaking just another dance that came from the culture. Don't be like the other man and act like a vulture. All day influences FBA. I'll say it's true right to this day.
As you assess such an elegant tune, let's address the elephant in the room. Let's address the elephant in the room. Let's address the elephant in the room. As you assess such an elegant tune, let's address the elephant in the room. Let's address the elephant in the room. Let's address the elephant in the room.
Okay, the sun isn't 93 million miles away. If it was, then why is it dark in space? The sun and moon are right here in the atmosphere. It's clear, just that information that these bastards fear. I send an invitation to Neil deGrasse Tyson. Wanna debate him cause I feel that his ass lying. How is the fly defying gravity? If it's holding down the ocean, that's a ridiculous notion. And water always finds its level. It can't curve on a ball, but y'all still have the nerve and the gall to call me a flat earther, like I'm a bad person. Shit is sad when I see the ignorance worsen. And I know this doesn't jive with the lessons, but I will always be a 5 to my essence. I think it's time we address it. Renew our Quran, what we need to do, word is born.
As you assess such an elegant tune, let's address the elephant in the room. Let's address the elephant in the room. Let's address the elephant in the room. As you assess such an elegant tune, let's address the elephant in the room. Let's address the elephant in the room. Let's address the elephant in the room.
Peace. What's good, fam-a-lam? We in the motherfucking house. Welcome back to the God Pod with Lord Jamar. I am Lord Jamar. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the elephant. That is the first offering off of the upcoming album entitled Building 7. Which doesn't have an exact release date yet, but trust me, it's coming soon. Thank you for joining us. Please click that like button. Click the share button. Let people know we up in this biatch. And if you're new to the channel, welcome. I encourage you to subscribe. Click that notification bell and click all, so that you will know when we drop a new joint. Like you see on the screen, the elephant will be out tomorrow, New Year's Eve. You can pre-save now on Spotify, on Apple Music. It will be ready for streaming, and yeah, we're going to make a statement with this one. I just realized that I'm probably the first one in hip hop to acknowledge FBA on record, on hip hop record. More than once, because on this album, you'll hear the term FBA more than once. So, yeah. And I think it's significant being the first one to do something. Huh? I'm proud to be the first one. Because usually being the first one is a good thing. Right. Okay, so anyway, listen, I want to bring on my cousin to join me. Okay. My cousin Corey. He's just an all-around good dude, and he he got a setup. He got a nice setup and shit. He got the Rodecaster and all that type of shit. I was at the rest. I said, shit, well, why don't you come on with me and we'll just, we'll build one day. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome fucking cousin Corey to the motherfucking Godcast, huh?
Right. Peace, cuz. Peace.
Peace, cuzzo. What's good? What's good?
How you?
Yeah, I'm great. How you, cuzzo?
I can't complain. You already know.
We up in this bitch.
Yes,
So Corey is my cousin through our grandfathers, right? My grandfather ended up having basically two families.
right.
He had his first wife, and he had like 5 children with his first wife, which is where I'm from. You know what I mean? My father is from his first marriage, but then he had a second marriage where he had like 7, right? About 7 seeds with them.
7 with my grandmother. Right.
7 with his grandmother. And so that's how we cousins. His mother is the daughter. Yeah.
Half brother, sister.
Yeah, basically.
Situation.
Yeah. So
right.
So we cousins like that. And I'm the big cuzzo, but if you've seen him in real life, he's the big cuzzo, but I'm the big cuzzo. You know what I mean?
I'm one of the big cuzzos. I'm one of the littler bigger cuzzos, but
yeah, we got a few big cuzzos, but
Right.
Anyway, welcome to the God Pod.
All right, good looking.
And of course you're an intelligent dude, so I think you can add some good perspectives to shit that we talking about.
Right.
So I guess everybody would have to be under a rock if they don't know about the whole debacle that went on with Fat Joe going on Math Hoffa's My Expert Opinion and basically disrespecting FBAs and as well as Tariq Nasheed and myself. All the while, pardon me, spewing out nigga in a room full of, black people who said nothing and did nothing to push back against the rhetoric that was being spewed in the room. So the clip was out there and everybody was talking about it, and then mysteriously the clip came down. Seemed like there was a lot of heat. It seems like a lot of people didn't realize what the response would be. I think they thought it was going to be something else, and they didn't know it was going to be the kind of backlash that it was. But who did know?
Who knew?
God did.
Okay, that works.
God did. God knew. Anyway, so it was down, and then I think he put it back up, and then he did a video to try to respond to basically what happened up there, I don't even know. See, I don't like playing people's clips and shit like that because, shit get crazy. Motherfuckers want to try to flag your channel and all that type of shit. So I don't even know if we really need to even.
I was about to say, if the people are abreast to the situation.
Yeah, they already know what he said.
Right.
And so in the title of this show, I said Math Hoffa's response to the Fat Joe clip, was it helpful or did it make things worse?
Well, I did watch it.
You watched the whole thing? Did you watch the whole thing?
Maybe not like the last 5 minutes, but I watched it.
Okay. And what did you think?
I think from his perspective and the way he sees things, because as he said, I think he said he's from Barbados. And
yeah, St. Kitts, I think people are saying something like that.
Right. So he has a total different outlook on it. He almost has an outlook on it kind of like Joe does. Like I'm here, I wasn't born into it, but I'm here and it's for everybody. And since it's for everybody, it's okay. At least that's what I got from him, because he doesn't perceive hip hop culture being FBA, from my understanding of the way he perceives it.
Right. They believe that somehow just because hip hop became a universal culture, that it started universally. They don't understand the roots of the original man, and that the fact that we are the fathers and mothers of civilization, and we are the ones that spread out culture, science, mathematics, music, all kinds of civilization to the rest of the world. We've been doing this. It ain't nothing new, and we continue to do it. Hang on real quick. Shout out Dialogue with Nasir. He said, just dropping FBA love. Thank you, bro. You know I always appreciate you. Teacher Maria. She said, looking good, Jamar. I saw your gym photo. Okay. Thank you, Teacher Maria. I appreciate you. You know, we working. Motherfuckers, lazy legs. He's out of his mind. But anyway. God damn you, snoring so hard over here. You hear that shit?
All the time.
Goodness. So
well, here's my question for you that I'm wondering, right?
Right.
Would it be okay for you to say spick, puta spick? Because to me, it's about a respect thing. Like, I got white boys that may be able to call me nigga, let's just say, but that's minding their personal relationship. You know what I mean? But you know, there's a time and a place for everything.
But could you call that same white boy that you let call you nigga? Does he okay if you call him devil?
Yeah, I probably would call him devil, honestly, because we got that type of rapport with each other.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Saying, like, you know what I mean? Or, you know, and then, I don't know, it still don't feel like it stings the way it should. Like, nigger just has a certain sting to it. That, God damn, that was a hell of a word when it came up with that.
In your circle that you probably shouldn't say, you know, amongst the public.
So I just feel like, you know, in this live, he's like, you know, people ask me, would I have Tariq and Jamar up there? And he's like, I don't know. I'm not really feeling that energy and all of this type of shit. And yeah, I'm saying it funny style because that's how it sounded to me. It sound funny style. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not really feeling that energy that they're talking. Like, so you feel the energy of a motherfucker coming up disrespecting foundational Black Americans in your face. Well, disrespecting disrespecting a hip hop legend in your face. Right. Fucking you know, talking nigga with white skin in a room full of, you know, brown to dark skin niggas. Y'all don't have a problem with that. Y'all don't push back on that. But you want to push back on the fact that we're telling the truth about who created hip hop, as somehow we're trying to be divisive.
Right.
Because we want to tell the truth. This shit pisses me off, man.
I know it does, but I just think that there's a time and a place for everything, and maybe his conversation wasn't for the public. You know what I mean? He made it for the public, but that conversation wasn't for the public.
Here's the thing. Here's why people get called tethers, because it's not about because you wasn't born in America and all of that. It's when you do shit like this, when you are not even from here, right? But you cosplay as one of us. Okay, your whole style reeks of foundational Black American culture. The way you wear your pants, the way you tilt your head, everything, your whole slang, the fact that you're a rapper, like, but then you're going to try to do and say things to try to undermine our accomplishments and act like we're the bad guys. It's really insulting and frustrating, and it's crazy that they don't get it. They try to act like, well, if you're not from New York, you wouldn't understand that, we all came together. We all drank the same quarter waters, man.
That has nothing to do with it, right? Those are just semantics.
That has nothing to do with the origins of hip hop.
Right. When it comes down to it.
And it wasn't like that across the board. Stop the bullshit.
Right.
Stop the bullshit. It wasn't like that across the board. Stop acting like it was this black and brown. We were just loving each other and all of this type of shit. It wasn't like that.
Because there were times you couldn't even go in the house with them. You had to wait outside their house. Right.
Bro, somebody just sent me a clip of a movie or some shit on it was a movie with damn, what's homegirl's name? Irene Cara.
Mm-hmm.
Irene Cara, rest in peace. And it was basically she had a black boyfriend, and it was about the relationship. It was like, it came out in 1975, and it was about the relationship of a black dude with a Puerto Rican girl. You know what I mean? And she was like, I live across the street. And he was like, I could walk you over there. She was like, nah, it's cool. And he's like, yo, you know what I mean? Like, it's okay. Like, bro, we got to stop with this bullshit that we're trying to portray because it's convenient when we're trying to steal something. Like, the fact of the matter is, for the millionth time, yes, there were some Puerto Ricans that were around. Granted, all of them that were around were bystanders doing the knowledge to what foundational Black American youth were doing. They're peeping their style, the way we dress, the way we danced, everything. The DJing, the MCing. And when they realized a lot of them didn't have what it took to get on the mic and all of that, you know, they went to other regimens within inside hip hop culture at the time.
I understand.
Breakdancing already existed. Breakdancing was something that foundational Black Americans already created, but
well, the dance
listen.
to come with the sound, right?
Huh?
Because I said the dance would have had to come with the sound, right? Because that's
we had dances, and we still have dances, bro.
Right.
Breakdancing was a fad. That's why it didn't last. What wasn't a fad was hip hop music. Breakdancing was a fucking fad, just like the WAP was a fad, just like the freak was a fad. It was a fad that we had put down and they had picked up at some time. Like right now, if people start to pick up the WAP, if, you know, Mexicans start doing the WAP and they make it popular, are they going to say they made up the WAP? No, we already know we been did that. We been put that down. They just happen to pick it up because breakdancing is more like a little kid's thing. If you get older and you want to dance with broads and you got fresh shit on, you don't want to be spinning on the ground and shit like that. You want to be rubbing up on something up in the party with your fresh kicks on and all of that. That's when you got a little older. So you put that shit down. And then, oh, here goes the little Spanish. Oh, shit, look at the little Spanish B-boy. You know what I mean? At first, it was a novelty. And I just showed y'all a clip on my IG. Go right now. There's a documentary used to call The Freshest Kids. And you got people like Lazy Legs in there saying himself that this is the Moreno style, that this was the black style and all that. Like, they wasn't lying back then. They was telling the truth back then. Now, all of a sudden, these same people want to lie about the whole shit, and it's just ridiculous. Yeah. Hang on. Let me read some of these super chats here. Heck Nine, what's good, bro? He said, peace, God, peace to the God Power family, flat power, FBA all day. Let's get it. Fuck the bullshit. That's right. That's right, Heck Nine. Peace to you. Take off Tyson. Thank you for your super chat. Dimples 718. Hey, Dimples, I remember you from last week. Peace and blessings to the God always. And cousin Corey, I can't wait to stream your new album. I notice you're the only one on the front line of the battlefield. Would be nice if your rap peers joined in this FBA struggle. You know, it would. Now, just to clarify, again, tomorrow, the single drops, the Elephant single drops. I do not have a release date yet for the album. Still putting the final touches on that, but we almost there. And I can't wait for that to drop either. Because I'm ready to battle. Like, I'm so confident. I'm telling you, I'm ready to battle with this album. Cousin Corey heard the album. What do you think? What do you think about the album? Do you think motherfuckers gonna fuck with this?
I'm still trying to steal it from them slowly. It's good car music. It's good thought-provoking music. It's unexpected at this day and age for, you know, my older cuz to drop such good music. Honestly.
Thank you, cuzzo. Shout out to the God Bilal. Lewis Luck, thank you. He said, Math Hoffa brain ain't been right since that fellow Tether disaster jarred it loose with that punch to his coconut. Listen, man, you know, I don't know, man. Dudes think that, you know, they get in a certain position and they really think his, you know, that their opinion it's just crazy, man. You know what I mean? Like niggas try to come with some crazy logic. He said, well, if you go back far enough, aren't we all immigrants?
Yeah, that was a little deep for me. That was a little bit of the run of the situation for me.
Like, huh? First of all, a lot of us were already here. Okay, so all this immigrant shit, that's not what we talking about. Even if you were to believe this whole slave trade shit, we're talking about the ones that came up from the slave trade. Okay, we're tracing from that time. Okay, right. So stop all of this thinking that you have some sort of deep philosophy. If we go back far enough, aren't we all immigrants? Come on, man, that's retarded, bro. Like, stop it with the logic is just
so he kept seeing poetry drums or something of that nature. He kept talking about if we're gonna go back. He said we're gonna go back to when they did poetry with the drums behind us, something of that nature.
We did drums right here. You never heard hey ya hey ya hey ya. Come, cut it out, bro. Stop acting like the African is the only one that had a drum. Like, stop these myths that we're killing all myths, bro. We're killing the myth that we live on a spinning ball. We're killing the myth that Puerto Ricans had something to do with the creation of hip hop. We're killing the myth that the Atlantic slave trade is what brought us all over here to America. We're killing all the myths. Okay? We're killing them all.
Does anybody want to sit down and have the intellectual conversation about these things?
No, they don't. That's the thing. They don't. They just want to talk shit and think they can bully the conversation from afar. Nobody wants to sit down with someone like me who really has an understanding and a grasp of certain subjects to really delve into these things in their entirety. They don't. It's just too much mental work for them. They don't want to do all of that. Let me just read this. Andrew Toppin Jr., thank you. He said, exactly, Lord. That's why Fat Joe is an anti-black racist tether and culture vulture. Rapping like us and dressing like us, but he hates us. F him. Thank you, Andre Toppin Jr. Fuzz Red Crew 456. He said, your own man Sadat doesn't have a problem with it. You funny and reek of federal agent. Hey, Fuzz Red. You know what you can do, right? That's right. Suck a dead dog's dick. But thank you for the free $5. I appreciate you. Yeah, bitch. Matthias. Showing love from Alaska. Appreciate you, Matthias. Appreciate it. All the way from Alaska, where at times, since you're more closer to the center, the sun spins at a time where you see it more and you have light for a longer time before it starts to spin outward, you know, on the disk. That's what explains perfectly on a flat earth what happens in Alaska. But anyway, thank you. Paul Harrison, thank you, Paul. He said, peace, Lord Jamar. Has Fat Joe issued any type of apology to the God for his ignorance? He must remember pugs jump up to get beat down. No, he hasn't. And you know, that brings up a good question. Math had 7 days from the time that was released to maybe think about it and say, you know what, maybe I was wrong. He could have came back with an apology and be like, you know what, I was wrong. I could have said something. I wasn't really educated as to what FBA was. And now that I'm educated to it, I see what you guys are saying. And, you know, I apologize for allowing the disrespect to happen on my show. Because believe, if it was any other demographic, you know, the small hats or the alphabet people, any of those type of people would have demanded an apology immediately, and they would have got it. They would have got it.
Well, I think we need to organize. If we want those type of outcomes, that's the real issue. But if people,
we have to show these people that we're not going to allow them to cosplay as us and then disrespect us in the same breath when we are the ones that are providing you with your lifestyle. Okay?
Right.
When we are the ones that provide you with your lifestyle, you wasn't, you know what I mean?
It sounds good, but we know we're in America where you got to have a paper trail. So the question is, when things like this happen, what do you do, or where do we go for relief, as they say, legally?
Yeah, thank you, Paul. Ease 3. That's the sick part, Jamar. You are not just a part of the foundation of hip hop. You were already legend during the Nubian run. F them phony motherfuckers. FBA, stand up. That's right. That's right. Now, I'm going to say that I was, you know, aware of the foundations of hip hop. You know what I mean? Like I wasn't making music at the time when the true foundations were being laid. You know, some people, my era is the foundation for them. You know what I mean? Like they feel like that's the foundation of hip hop, that golden era that they call. But it's not. it was a strong building block, but it's not the foundation of it. But during the foundation, you best believe I had the tapes and all of that type of shit, because New Rochelle is only 7 miles away from the Bronx. Okay, and all you pussy motherfuckers that try to, oh, you're from New Rochelle, how would you know? Well, first of all, DMX is from Yonkers, Jadakiss is from Yonkers, the Locks, you know, Heavy D is from Mount Vernon, you know, Pete Rock is from Mount Vernon. I don't see you talking shit to them, talking about, oh, well, they're from Yonkers and they don't know about hip hop. And shut the fuck up. Y'all will say anything. I said I was trying to chill with the curses. So, but sometimes it's just, oh, I just feel like shut the fuck up. So anyway, these people are from Westchester, just like I am. But you think you could throw that at me to try to diffuse my my argument, but it doesn't work. I was born in the Bronx. Okay, I was born in the Bronx, Albert Einstein Hospital. Go look it up, dumb fucks. Fuzz Red Crew 456. Lord Jamar. Here he goes. There he goes. Look, I didn't even see this. There he goes. These little well, you know what? I'm glad these dissers are bringing themselves up. We had $1.99 dissers last time we was on, but now we got $4.99 dissers. That's good. That's good. He said Lord Jamar isn't from the city. New Rochelle wasn't there. Yes, we were. Yes, we were. Older motherfuckers from New Rochelle was going 7 miles away to the Bronx and fucking going to these parties and then bringing the tapes back up to New Rochelle. Yes, we were. Okay. So again, I encourage you, feast upon a camel's rectum. Yes, 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 indeed.
Lord.
Oh, let's see. Lewis Luck, thank you. He said, not every foreigner is a tether, but every tether is a foreigner.
Oh. Wow.
That's facts, though. That's facts. No, that's a great one.
Right.
Let's say that again. Not every foreigner is a tether, but damn it, every tether is a foreigner. Wow. Good one. Puerto Rican, please stop saying y'all. It's those New Yorkers. Okay, you're right. Claiming hip hop, not us Puerto Ricans on the island. We never claimed hip hop ever. That's right. Matter of fact,
I was about to say, when did it start being claimed by them?
By these dudes here who are trying to justify why they love this Moreno style to the ones on the island who they don't even fuck with. Like Fat Joe is on record saying, fuck them Puerto Ricans on the island. There's an interview with Nori where he said that that's what Joe told him. That's what Fat Joe told him about the Puerto Ricans on the island. So Puerto Rican is absolutely right. It's only a certain, it's the New Yorkers, he's saying. These New Yorkers who are trying to lay claim to this because, again, they don't like the fact that they love and have dedicated their lives to something that foundational Black American youth created. And in order to justify it to their family and shit like that, as to why they even fuck with it, they have to act like, nah, this ain't a Black thing. Like, you know, this is Puerto Rican too. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Oh, okay. Okay, Hector. Okay.
There's a spinoff, which isn't foundational. You know what I mean?
They ain't even got no spinoff, man. Fuck out of here. Rhode Island. Sounds like willful ignorance to me, shaking my head. Math usually seems open-minded, nuanced on most topics, but for some reason, the FBA combo got him stuck on stupido. Speaking for myself as a Zimbabwean who came here in 1991. Why, thank you, Rhode Island. You know, I heard that maybe Joe had something to do with the show. Maybe he helped his show get off the ground. So that could be something too. You know, people have alliances. Once money gets spent and somebody gives you some bread or some type of shit, it makes you feel indebted to the person a lot of yes, obligated. It makes you feel obligated. And I'm sorry, but truth is truth, man. Don't give me the money. I'm telling y'all now. Don't give me the money if you don't want me to tell the truth regardless. Like I'll take your money and I'm still going to tell the truth about you. You dig? Like if you do some foul shit, please don't let me find out. Don't let me find out, because I'm telling you, you know, it's some shit that's fucking with my people, or, you know, some shit that's a dastardly machination. I am, you know what I mean? I'm gonna call you out on it.
So he had also mentioned in the video that exactly as you said, that he does because he messes with Joe something earlier in his career, that, you know, that is where he has an alliance to, so to speak. He didn't say those words, but that's what he was kind of pushing towards. You know, he fuck with them, so
right,
it is what it is.
And listen, I get it, man. You know what I mean? I get it. I mean, it's not, but there is. Like, you know what I mean? Because you still gotta fucking tell the truth. Thank you, Rhoda.
That negates the point whether or not foundational Black America started it or not.
Right. He didn't address the point at all. He just said a whole bunch of nothing, if you ask me, in that whole interview. Dre G, he said, what do you think about Sadat X response to FBA? I think it was emotional and childish, and I think Sadat needs to stay off the internet. That's just my opinion. Thank you. Ginsu Dean, what's up, my good brother? Peace to Ginsu Dean. Now, Ginsu, if y'all don't know who Ginsu Dean is, he's an ill producer from Texas, and he produced on the 5% album. Okay, he did The Greatest Story Never Told. Okay, he did The Cipher. Yeah, shout out to Ginsu Dean. He said, peace, great mind. Stand firm, brother. The support is here. Okay. Hashtag knowledge 1 to 14. Additionally, looking forward to the new joints. Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. That elephant is on its way tomorrow, God. It's gonna be it's gonna be available to stream tomorrow. So y'all make sure that you can pre-save that shit right now.
Ladies, he did not forget y'all on the album. Let me tell y'all that.
You said what?
I said he did not forget the ladies on this album.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. You love that shit right there.
That's one thing he did not do.
Okay. Carrie P. FBA is based on bad history. The Dane Calloway realm of BS theorization doesn't stand up to historical credibility. Guyanese Ivan Van Sertima cannot save you, Lord. Black diaspora, F equals FBA. You hear this? I mean, listen, bro. Thank you. You know, $10 to talk crazy. Fuck it. Go ahead. I ain't even mad at you. Of course, we're not accepting what you're saying, but whatever. You're entitled. This is America, right? And you're entitled to talk crazy, and I'm entitled to show and prove that what you're saying is crazy. So, but thank you, Carrie P. I appreciate you. Thirsty 57, the Puerto Ricans had to master the Moreno style before they could add their own style to it. That's what they're leaving out. Well, here's what I would even submit, people. What is their own style that they added? Like, what could you pinpoint that the Puerto Rican people brought to breakdancing that we weren't doing prior to them entering the genre, other than, and this is from people that were there at the time that tell me this. What they brought to it was not dancing on beat. Like just doing acrobatics, but not to the beat.
That's crazy.
That's what they brought to it.
They
brought just, and we were doing acrobatics, but everything we were doing was to the beat. And they cut out a lot of the other stuff that, like, breakdancing had a whole thing to it. The record start, you have a beginning of the dance, and then the middle part, and then the get down part is when the break part comes. You know what I mean? That's when you get on the floor. These people just wanted to be on the floor and do acrobatics to, not to the beat. So if you want to claim of what they brought to it, that's something I can say they brought to it. But what else can anybody pinpoint that says, no, that's a Puerto Rican thing right there? Like, nobody was doing that before that until the Puerto Ricans showed y'all that. That's the flavor, that's the saison that we put in the fucking thing. Yes. Huh?
Now, Math Hoffa says he's interviewed about 200 people from that time.
He's lying.
No, what the man says is everyone gives different stories. With everyone giving different stories, right? And that's not having any visual proof. Everybody today wants some visual proof.
And that's some bullshit. The visual proof is, come on, B. It's the 70s.
Right.
Everybody ain't got visual proof. These little kids are not running around with video cameras and fucking and photo cameras. Like, do you understand? Back then, the photo cameras had these flash tubes where you'd have to buy this little thing. It almost looks like a little ice tray, and it had the fucking the flashes on it. It might have 5 or 6 flashes. Nigga, that's all the everything around me. That's all the fucking that's all the shit you getting. That's all the pictures you getting. 5 is out of those flashes, unless you're not using a flash or whatever the case may be. And then the roll of film, man, that shit was all expensive. Little kids ain't got that. Like, stop it with this visual evidence. I'm telling you, he ain't no way he's interviewing 200 people and everybody's saying something different. No, the majority is telling you what it is. And then you got a couple people who's trying to spin it and bounce it. And then you got to act like, well, they're saying something different because they have a motivation to say something different. That's why they're doing it. But I'm telling you, y'all need to go on my channel right now, type in Whip a Whip, Ruby D. I did an interview with the first Puerto Ricans in hip hop. I did it years ago. Oh, shit. I did it years ago. And they said out of their mouths that Puerto Ricans wasn't there like that in the beginning. The first Puerto Rican said it. The Puerto Rican whose rhyme said, my name is Ruby D and I'm a Puerto Rican. You might think I'm black by the way that I'm speaking.
That kind of says it all, right? It kind of says it all.
That kind of says it all, don't it, Cuzzo? Don't it, Cuzzo?
Right. Now, if they want to go dispute amongst themselves.
Now, and it's funny because I don't understand why Lazy Legs is not challenging him to a boxing match. Why he's not challenging himself to a boxing match? Because he said it's the Moreno style. Like, these guys are just ridiculous, man. And I'm just so tired of it. Pookie, thank you, Pookie. He said, we all know how segregated these urban communities are, especially in the 70s. Fat Joe is trying to make it seem like we all together in these communities. And that is why he can say ninja and discredit what we created. Exactly. But I'm telling you, if we all adopted saying spick, like Cuzzo said earlier, it would be a fucking problem. What you mean spick? Yeah. Bro, I'm just saying, we all live together, right? We side by side. We say we share the same sandwiches, right? Right? We drank it out of the same 40s, right? What's the problem? What's the problem? Nah, bro. I'm just saying. I'm saying, B. That's what the Puerto Ricans say, B. Hey, yo, B. Come on, B. What do you mean? Now that's cool. We could say that B all day. You know what I mean? Hey B, what's up, B? And see, why y'all don't, and I said this, but I'm gonna say it again. Shout out to Star for reminding me. Why y'all don't fucking claim y'all music, which is freestyle music? Huh? That was the Puerto Rican music back then. When hip hop broke out, y'all try to break out with y'all shit and it was freestyle. That shit ain't going nowhere. Silent morning. Come on. Sing that shit. Sing it. That's your shit. Silent morning. I wake up and I'm by your side. Silent morning.
That's so crazy, cuz.
Ding 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 ding. You are my all and all. Even though that one was rocking right there, I was fucking with that one, and you know why? Because I think that was a black woman singing that one. That all in all, but it was a freestyle type of beat, but it was a black woman singing, and that shit was rocking. Ding 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 ding. Yeah, you know what the fuck I'm talking about. Marcus Evans, what up, OG? Been a fan of yours for years. Question: would you go to Math show to have the conversation? Now, Cypher, I wouldn't. He's talking about, I'm not sure. Well, let me just make it easy for you. Nah, I wouldn't go up there now because I already know, like, you going to act like you're not feeling my energy. You're going to give me pushback. He's telling people he's going to give me pushback, but you didn't give this dude pushback up at your fucking show when he's talking about me and foundational Black Americans like we're nothing, like we're pieces of shit. Nah. I'm good. Fisted 5. Lord, the same thing is going on in the barber game. Latin barbers think they started dyeing beards black. Wow. Foundational Black American barber. Is that right? Does Joe got him thinking that? These are the first beard dyers. Oh my goodness. Yeah. That's crazy. Okay. That's funny. Sharif Gunner, thank you. What LJ? When's the album dropping? We needs that fire. Listen, I don't have it. I could just say first quarter. That's all I'm gonna say. First quarter. So give me a second. It's coming. I know it needs to be ASAP, and I'm working to make it happen ASAP. But you know, we got to make sure that the business is right and we have everything set up so that, you know, we can maximize what we're doing. FBA Kings TV. Thank you. Support the real. Yes, sir. Appreciate you. Slim Slammer. Caribbeans and Puerto Ricans rock together up north. Latin Kings and Crips unity is all about bigotry. Huh? Caribbeans and Puerto Ricans rock together up north. Okay, so Caribbeans and Puerto Ricans rock together against foundational Black Americans, correct, Slim Slammer? Latin Kings and Crips. Unity is all about bigotry. I don't fully understand what you're trying to say there, Slim Slammer. Do you, Cuzzo, when he says that at the end? Nah. Thank you, Slim Slammer. Fuzz Red, half of 75% of almost everybody's top 10, 20 list is Caribbean. Keep it real. Psst, wrong. Wrong. And 100% of those so-called Caribbean people that are in the top whatever are all FBA influenced. 100% of them are FBA influenced. None of them came into hip-hop rapping like any kind of Caribbean style and made a name for themselves. Okay? So keep it real. But yeah, keep the super chats coming with you.
They like to push this argument all over the place.
Huh? Yeah, they try to move the needle every chance they get. It's just ridiculous. Right. And I always move the needle right back where it needs to be. Right. No. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. We move the needle over here where it needs to be, right on the record. You want to move the needle somewhere fucking where there is no record over there. It's just you're playing air. You have the needle on air. I'm trying to keep it on the record, okay? On the historical record. How about that? Conscious, remember when Biden got elected and told the CBC members to stop complaining and learn how to work with the Hispanics? Joe is a plant. CBC is the Congressional Black Caucus, y'all, for who, if you don't know. Thank you, Conscious. Appreciate you. Money B, he said, I know New York Ricans that admit that FBA started hip hop. I think Fat Joe has colonizing mentality. Yeah. Him and Lazy Legs, people like that. People that have some sort of, some sort of stake in the matter. I saw something today where MC Search, who's been on this show, but he's a white man guest inside hip hop, but he thinks because, he was in the Latin quarters back in the days that somehow he's he's super official. Bro, you're still a guest. Talk about he respectfully disagrees with me. Listen, bro. Respectfully, your opinion matters not because you're a guest in this hip hop thing, sir. Okay. And you want to disagree with me because you're friendly with a lot of Puerto Ricans and, you're closer to people like that. Yeah. And you'll say, oh, I'm married to a foundational black. Yeah, you are. But that don't mean shit when it comes to what we're talking about here, sir. If you were really about it, and about this life, you'd sit to the side and allow us to hash out our own differences without feeling like you have to interject into the conversation. But again, just like a white man, you put your opinions and your mitts where they don't need to be, sir. So respectfully, stay out of this, sir, because it has nothing to do with you. Because you definitely wasn't there in the beginning. Okay? So knock it off. Slim Slammer, the Cuban link gold chain came from Hispanics, Cubans. Other than that, nothing else. Right, and that has nothing to do with the origins of hip hop. Dudes wasn't even rocking Cubans till later in hip hop. And again, you see the type of reaching people do. They'd be like, the Cuban link. There were congos that were played on records by Puerto Ricans. So what? What the hell does that have to do with anything, yo? Thank you. Mr. Christopher, the proof is audio and video of FBA's rhyming and dancing hip hop before it had a name. We're talking black and white. I'm not sure what that CITFO.
City folk?
No, I'm sure that's an acronym for something fuck out of here. I don't know. Sitfo. I'm not sure what that is. But yes, you're correct, Mr. Christopher. There might be audio and video proof. I'm just saying it doesn't exist like the way they want it to exist because we weren't living in that type of time where everybody had access to audio visual equipment, like motherfuckers just walking around with cell phones and shit, with cameras on them. Come on, man.
Nobody wanted to be seen actually on camera.
Exactly. The Tethernator, I'll be black. Math, just say that you don't have love for FBA. Oh, Math, just say that you don't have love for FBA and you agree with Whack Joe. Your whole live was a word salad with a side of nothing burgers. Yeah. Yep. It definitely was. It was pretty frustrating to watch, actually. Yeah, it was. Thank you, Tethernator. Shame TV. Crazy how we showed all of them love. Never denied them entry. FBA is a threat for simply existing now within the culture, and you can't co-opt that. Exactly. And that's another thing that he was trying to, that Math was trying to change the subject, as if somehow FBA is trying to be exclusionary, as if we're saying that foreigners can't be a part of hip hop, as if we're saying that people outside of our lineage cannot be a part of that. You see, that's the bullshit that they try to promote to try to make it seem like they have a righteous cause. That's the lie. Nobody's saying that they can't do this. Just like I didn't say that white people can't do hip hop. I never said that. Never said that Puerto Ricans or any Caribbean, West Indians should be excluded from hip hop. No. Right. The only thing that they should be excluded from is the creational story. That's the only time that anybody needs to be excluded, because it's the truth. That's the only time we're trying to exclude anyone. Any other time, we've been overly welcoming. And now that's backfiring on us now. Being so overly welcoming that now you feel entitled. So I'm sorry. I'm sorry that, yes, you are being excluded from one facet. But stop trying to act like we're trying to shut y'all out of everything across the board, because that's a bullshit narrative, and we're not going to let y'all spin that. Okay? Thank you, Shame TV. Justin, thank you. Black Light, peace. He said, Lazy Legs challenged you, and you accepted the challenge publicly. No, I haven't. Have you heard from him or his people yet? Or was it all bark and no bite? No, I haven't accepted his challenge publicly. I don't know if this fool think we supposed to do this for free. But listen, man, doctor bills cost money, man. You ain't gonna be suing me for doctor bills for beating your head all over the place and then trying to make me pay for your doctor bills. Oh no, we're gonna have contracts, we're gonna have money involved. Yeah, I'm gonna get paid to beat you around. So trust me, keep putting up your little videos and your pictures of you trying to look intimidating, but you don't look intimidating at all. But keep doing that, because that could help massage, because they got this little celebrity boxing league or whatever, and they talking about putting some money up. But until I get that bread, I'm going to just leave it a mystery. It's not a no. It's not a yes. It's get that bread, and then you'll see what's going to be said. All right. But thank you, Black Light. Appreciate you. C Mac. Sorry, LJ. We made freestyle too. FBA. Did we? I mean, probably. I don't know. I don't know the history of freestyle. I just know at some point it seemed like freestyle came out as an answer, almost like as a Puerto Rican answer to hip hop's rise. I'm telling you, it came up as an answer, and I feel like they thought that it was going to be bigger because they had singing and Lisa and
Susie and all of them.
See, I don't know no Little Susie. You must have had a lot of Spanish bras or something. I never heard no damn Little Susie. But
yeah.
what song Little Susie sing? What song Little Susie sing?
Bro, I don't know the name.
I'll try to get you to sing that motherfucker.
I remember it being around.
It's Little Susie, and I sing freestyle. Thank you, C-Mac. Brian Andrews. Lord J, hip hop became huge and had to be disassociated with FBA, just like rock and roll and R&B now called pop, etc. We will not receive credit unless we fight for that credit. Exactly. Like, you got to understand, we as foundational Black Americans have had so many genres stolen from us, whether it be blues, rock and roll, country, jazz. And now hip hop, and it's like, now it's enough is enough. Like, we see what y'all are doing as you're doing it. You're trying to act like we're the bad guys as you try to steal from us, calling us divisive when you know goddamn well you want it to go the way of all these other genres that you stole. And we're just not having it. That's all. We're just not having it. This is the one genre where we're like, fuck that. Okay, y'all may have even stole the business side or whatever, but we're like, you know what? We're going to make sure that the historical record is correct. We're going to make sure the historical record is correct. And we're not going to allow y'all to go around and tell these lies. Okay? 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 Don't be a fucking liar. Shaquan, peace. He said, bro, that historical record was a certified bar. Yeah, man. It is. Lawrence W. This might cause Jamaican hip hoppers to feel excluded. I'm British, of Black Jamaican parents, hip hop participant since 1984, and a jazz man. Why would they feel excluded? I just said, we're not excluding anybody except from the creation story. So why would you feel excluded? Why? You just want to fucking have self-pity on yourself. Oh, I'm being excluded. I'm being excluded. Why am I being excluded? Because you wasn't part of that crew right there that did that. That's why.
I think at some point people need to just leave it alone because it's going nowhere fast. It really is. Where's it really going? That's the real question. Unless we're going to do something to really actually solidify the record. I don't know. Museum, organization. I don't know. Something needs to be.
Well, they got corrupt orbs. I don't trust these museums. These
right.
Universal Hip Hop Museum, it's corrupted with a bunch of, people with bad narratives that are inside behind the scenes on that. I don't trust these museums. We need our own way to clarify the historical record. But for now, all we can do is every time they try to lie, we just come with the truth until they stop. See, they think that we're going to give up, like that we'll just get tired of answering this shit, you know what I mean, and that they'll just finally just fuck it, you know what I mean. But nah, it's not happening. Malik Omar, thank you. He said, salute to the strongest member of Brand Nubian, Lord Jamar. I am disappointed in Sarat X co-signing Fat Joe. That was a sucker move. You said it, I didn't, but I don't disagree. Thank you, Malik Omar. The body tape, Don, thank you. He said, just like the black guys who kowtowed to Andrew Schultz's comments, we see the same thing happening with math. Glad black passivity is being stomped out of our culture. Yes, get it out of here. Sick of these. Terrell McMiller, what's good, LJ? Oh, cut it the fuck out. That's what Sitfu means. Okay. See? Thank you, Terrell. Appreciate you. See, I don't be knowing all these acronyms and shit. Cut it the fuck out. That's right. Sitfu.
Sitfu.
Y'all need to Sitfu. I'm tired of this.
That's a good one for the kids.
Yes, Sitfu. Hey, Sitfu. Hey. Sitfu with that nonsense. Tired of it.
What they created since hip hop.
The back and forth show. What have they created since hip hop? Not a damn thing. That's what I'm saying. Not a damn thing. We done spin off and did drill and
Crunk, all types of different.
Right, yeah, like it's pathetic. And where's all the breakdancing? Where's all the breakdancing? Since y'all say you created it, why y'all not still doing it? Why didn't that survive? Why did all these other things that people are trying to take credit for survive? Why did the only thing that truly survived, because this is what truly hip-hop is the music? Fuck all this elements. I mean, I hear the elements, I hear you, but that's some shit Bambaataa made up, man. I don't know what his motivations were behind it, bro. The elements came from Bam, the man grooms. So I don't know what some of his motivations would be to say this, and that, or, you know, and try to act as if those elements were equal to the music. They're not. MCing, DJing, beat making, that's hip hop. That's hip hop. That's what's lasted. All this other shit was a fad. Doing graffiti was a fad. But fucking breakdancing, a fad.
But didn't graffiti just start from the people from their areas?
There already was graffiti. That's what I'm saying. It was already graffiti.
They really even have
already, you know, vandalizing their areas and shit like that before hip hop. Kilroy was there, and all this stupid shit people would write on the walls, and, you know, Johnny loves Janie, and, you know, all this stupid shit that people would write on walls. And then you had the gangs back then who would then start doing their graffiti and putting their tags up to you know, signify their territory and all that type of shit.
Right.
There was plenty of gangs in New York. And so that's where there would be graffiti. And so now, you know, out of some of that gang culture comes hip hop. But again, gang culture was here already. And there was black gangs, there was Puerto Rican gangs, there was, stop acting like y'all created some facet. Y'all didn't bring nothing to this shit. And again, everything that you claim you brought ended up being a fad and went away.
What year West Side Story?
Huh?
What year was West Side Story?
We'd have to Google that, but that's in the 60s sometime. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah. That's definitely in the 60s, West Side Story. So why do you ask?
Because that's where they derive from more than likely.
Huh?
That's where they was listening to with their family, et cetera, et cetera. You know what I mean?
Well, that presented a I guess a Hollywood version of what they thought, you know, relations were like. Yeah, so West Side Story, it was a musical in 1957, and I think the film was in 1961. Okay. So yeah, 1961 is when that came out. And they were trying to show you back then that it was a different fucking world than where y'all come from. Thank you, back and forth. Retro boxing and documentaries. Where are all the legendary Rican rap albums from the 1980s? Good fucking question. The whites and Mexicans dropped all kinds of albums before they came with any classic. Yeah, that is a good question. Where are all these Puerto Rican rap albums? Because most Puerto Ricans existed inside of crews that had predominantly foundational Black Americans, including Fat Joe, is how he came into the game. So where was a full Puerto Rican rap crew that was like dominant and shit? That was like killing shit. Can anybody cite one? Just curious. QT, quiet as kept. LJ, did you ever talk with Fat Joe before on Nas Made You Look video shoot. I talked with Fat Joe many times. Yeah, me and Fat Joe had a great rapport before he jumped out the window with this. This is why it's crazy. It's mind-boggling in a way, you know. Two-tone, thank you. I turned off Math's live after he said he wasn't sure if he wanted your energy on the show. Exactly. Keep your foot on their necks. Exactly. What you mean you not sure if you want my energy on the show? But nigga, please is okay. Dinah's Redemption, thank you. If FBA from the Bronx, I'm FBA from the Bronx. Black Caribbeans are responsible for Latinos saying nigga. I'm gonna need y'all to stop blaming FBA. Till this day, I'm not your nigga, Poppy. It resonates in FBA DNA, not Tethers. That's deep. That's deep. And it could be Black Caribbeans who helped make that okay. Very interesting perspective. Appreciate you. Melvin Jacobs, super sticker. Thank you. Donald Lyons, Crazy Legs wants to fight, but not have a respectful conversation about the origins of hip hop. Exactly. But what he's going to find out is I'll whoop his ass either way. Either way. Your camera's looking, you still there, Cuzzo? Your shit look a little frozen.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm good.
Okay. Yeah. He can't fuck with me no way, no how. Mentally, physically, spiritually. Any kind of way, he can't fuck with me. But thank you, Donald. Spiritual eyes. How can FBA come together and gatekeep all our culture from these other people groups, every piece of our music from the past to now, from all these people, so they can't lie anymore?
That's what I was trying to say earlier. Like, how do you stop this from being a consistent thing or ongoing situation?
Well, maybe, we can probably start our own database at first. Something that we cite as an official, as an official site for truth as it regards to foundational Black Americans. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And we'll and on our, we'll have our cite our sources and all of that type of shit. Unlike these motherfuckers that'll just say shit and just try to let that generate out into the matrix and hope it comes back in a feedback loop. That's what they try to do.
You got to figure out the structure on how to not let this be repetitive. Okay.
Clocks is ticking. Thank you. He said, I'm a little confused about remarks Sadat X said concerning this FBA topic. Is there tension between Brand Nubian members or the DITC crew? I hope not. Syracuse is still rocking with you. Thank you, Clock is ticking. Listen, man, some people are more conscious than others, man. That's all I can say. Some people get it, some people don't. You can't force somebody to have understanding, You could just hope they receive the knowledge and wisdom, but sometimes people receive wisdom, knowledge, and they put, and then they get a misunderstanding. You got to make sure knowledge comes before your wisdom. It's because definitely people speak before they know something, and that's when the misunderstandings come about. And I definitely think, the homie may be guilty of that. Thank you. Lawrence W. Jamar, you disrespected me. I'm a Black man. Okay. Well, pardon me. Zadok, California love, New York all day. Thank you, Zadok. Brandon Galat, thank you. Jemro, what's up, my bro? It's a Jamaican Puerto Rican are names white colonizers gave indigenous people in the Americas / Caribbean / West Indies. I believe we are of the same origin. Well, you're talking about the original ones, but a lot of these Puerto Ricans and others are not indigenous to those places and have been very diluted with European blood and
ideology and culture.
Yes, ideology and culture and been infected. So these are the ones that we have to deal with and that we're worrying about. But originally, yes, I do believe that a lot of the original people from the islands of Puerto Rico or the Dominican Republic, they are the same ones that could have come from this part of, we could be the same. Like, we had what they call certain Indian tribes. Yeah. Original tribes, what they call Indian, but we are the original Indians, trust me. So again, yeah, it makes sense that those islands were inhabited by people from this mainland very close.
Yes.
But again, when you're on an island, though, it's easier to go through the grafting process. Okay, so if you know anything about how Yaqub created the devil, he went onto the island of Patmos. Okay, and there it's isolated. So you have the isolation combined with laws on birth control. Okay, where you're able to extract that black and brown germ out and keep lightening. And when you separate, and that's why you have these very strong on these Caribbean islands, these notions of black is bad, white is good, lighter is better. So because they're striving for that lightening, they're striving for that grafting of the seed to try to get it to white, because they don't want it to be original.
It's part of the culture.
And it's easier to do on a small geographical area than somewhere as big as these main Americas, North, Central, and South America.
Right.
And best believe we live in Central America. They say North America is really Canada. This is Central America that we're in. And then there's South America. You see what I'm saying? They try to act like Central America is in between, Texas and South America. No, this is United States is Central America. So, yeah, let's start looking at that.
Never heard it put that way. Interesting.
Yeah. Where we at? Same origin. Okay, thank you, Jemro. Terrell Evans, thank you. Said, salute to you, Lord Jamar. Thanks for standing 10 toes down on business. Telling the truth. You are a legend, and this will be talked about for years to come. You are appreciated. Salute to the FBA family. Keep our feet on their necks. 100. Thank you, Terrell. Appreciate you. I appreciate the acknowledgement.
You gotta teach them.
Gotta teach them.
I think that's what it is. You gotta teach them.
Hang on a second. I seen you moking, cuzzo. I'm like, getting on my nerves. I didn't even have my smoke over here, man. I wasn't ready.
Man. I had to set it up one time real quick.
Excuse me, I wasn't ready. He wasn't ready. He wasn't ready. Thank you, Terrell. Truth, is Tariq Nasheed also Marcus Vincent Thomas or no? I would have no idea about that, sir. I don't know. Is he? Do the research. But thank you. Melvin Jacobs, what's the real agenda behind Caribbeans like Joe and Math twisted lies?
Money. What else? If either they honestly believe what they believe, how they believe it, or what else is behind anything else that's anyone do. There's some financial stake in it somewhere.
Right.
So,
and again, I feel like it's just a self-aggrandizement. It's
you think it's ego?
Definitely. You want to, man, hip-hop is one of the great, hold up. Hip-hop is one of the greatest genres ever fucking created. Like, look how powerful it is. It's gone all over the world. It actually has become universal. Of course you want to, like, make yourself a part of that and take credit for that. Like, all the money that it generates and all the respect that people get from being rappers and all this type of shit. Like, why wouldn't you want to fucking say that you made that shit? You know what I mean? If you had a possibility to say that. If you was the type of nigga that used to hang around, Apple when they was making the computers in the beginning, you know what I mean? You'd love to say that you was one of those guys. You know what I mean? Yeah, right. I was one of the guys that started Apple. You know what I mean? And now look where it's at. You know what I mean? That shit is all over the world. You know what I mean? Even if it's not true, you know damn well, at the very least, bitches gonna like you. You know what I mean? You're gonna get some broads out of it at the very least. Like, and maybe you can get some business deals out of it. Hold up, maybe you can get some. Oh, really? You're one of the founders of Apple? Yeah. Oh, really? Well, hey. Well, that being the case, maybe blah, 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 blah. You know?
Anything's possible. We would have to ask them to know, honestly. And unless people want to sit there, we ain't never going to know. So,
yeah. But thank you, Melvin. C-Mac, thank you. Lord, what if I told you rock and roll got its start in the Bronx? They just didn't have a name for it in 1955. Look up the group called The Chords. The first rock and roll song, Shaboom. Same story as hip hop. You're not talking about shaboom, shaboom. Sha-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, shaboom, shaboom. La-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, shaboom.
That's it.
Is that what we're talking about? Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, see, I was gonna be in the 50s. If I was around in the 50s, I would have been one of those motherfuckers. Boom, 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 boom.
You've been around the garbage can?
What? I talk about good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. Do, 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 do. Yeah, I was gonna be that. Do, 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 do. Remember Sha Na Na? Remember Sha Na Na? Y'all remember Sha Na Na? They probably was copying black dudes. Now that I think about it, God damn it! Thank you, C-Mac. D, thank you. Harlem Hell Fighter. You know, my grandfather and great uncle on my mother's side, they were Harlem Hell Fighters. Shout out to them. You can hear the lack of FBA in New York music now. New York drill, that shit is trash. Glah, glah, glah. Boom. Like what? Like how? Still love my cities, though. Nah, I hear you. Well, you're going to hear some FBA love in this Building 7 album. Trust and Believe.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin Bonham Jr., thank you. He said the Democrats are in their feelings, attacking the strong alpha males by using beta males. FBA all day. Right. Do you think this could be a part of a backlash? Like they sent these dudes at me because of some of the shit that I said about old girl and the Democratic Party and how we helped to sway the vote? How we upended the vote? Could it be? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Thank you, Kevin.
Anything is possible.
Here goes Fuzz Red again. Thank you, Fuzz. He said Pop Smoke, Panama, 22 G's, Guyanese, Chef G, Trinidad, K-Flock, PR, and DR. Thank you, Fuzz Red. What's your point? Fuzz Red. He's red and fuzzy. King of the fuzzy red fox. Nah, thank you, Fuzz Red. Crew 456. I appreciate you, even though you're being a little incorrigible today, aren't you? Throne of a King. Our music legacy is in America. In America is always culturally appropriated at first, and then they steal it slowly without us noticing. Peace, God. Yep, that's how they do it.
Is this topic given too much light, or is something going to be done? That's the question I always have behind all conflicts. What's going to be done to resolve it?
We're going to stop these motherfuckers from lying. That's what we're going to do. We're going to stop the lies. That's what we're going to do. Because this is not we can agree to disagree shit. This is not one of those things. Like, let's just agree to disagree. No. Fuck all that compromising. Today's FBA is not yesterday's FBA, where motherfuckers is ready to compromise. Okay, all right. We'll just say that you created like the 20% just so we can have peace. No. You didn't create any of this. Any of it. We 100% FBA creation.
Right.
You were the first ones to participate. That's it. We're not compromising on this fact. J Nightmare 3. Why don't people use other slurs as a term of endearment across ethnicities? Why is it always nigga? Because we're the only niggas that do that. Nobody else calls themselves by their slur. Right. No, Spanish people don't call each other spics. White people don't call each other guineas or kikes or any other thing that they might see as a derogatory term. They don't call themselves that.
Freely, right.
Freely. We're the only ones who somehow flipped that and bounced it. Now, is it because of, negus and all of this, what they say is the original use and it means king? I don't know, man. You know what I mean? I don't know. That almost sounds like, I don't know. Sound like an excuse.
Right.
Maybe, but we're the only ones that do that.
Going away, because these is nothing but different topics, but the same social ills that go on generation through generation. You know what I mean?
Well, what do you mean?
Ills.
You said different topics, but same social ills as far as what? Same
rhetoric of separation a little bit and people taking credit for things that's not theirs. It's the same cycle that's been going on forever.
Well, I don't know if it's been forever, but as long as we've been having mischief makers on this planet, as long as the mischief makers has been here, the ones who try to lie and steal and try to master the original man, Yeah, it's been going on like that. Rhode Island, thank you. On the latest Art of Dialogue, you speculated on Big Pun acknowledging his FBA influences. Did you know on the Yeah Baby intro, he showed love to Cool G Rap, Rakim, Big Daddy Kane, and Eddie Murphy? No, I didn't know that, Rhode Island. But it makes sense. It seems like Pun was a lot more clear-headed, and I think he had a better understanding. There's a clip going around right now where he thanks Moreno for accepting Boricua, into hip-hop. And I mean, again, that's all that really needs to be said too. Like there's so many case closed as it pertains to this that I don't know why they keep trying to open up this can of worms. And all they can do is argue when people like me are not around.
How many majority Puerto Rican rap groups was there in the 70s?
Maybe one.
Well, there you have it. Like, I don't understand.
Maybe one.
Like they like to say, numbers don't lie. If we can't pinpoint this, right, it's not up to us to make it true or not. It's up to them to prove what they're saying, and it can't be proven.
Lawrence W. I bought 5% and supported LJ. I was surprised to hear him mock me and misrepresent the point I was making. I'm talking about Black unison. Lawrence W., I'm not trying to mock you. Maybe when you wrote something earlier, it was not understanding what you were trying to say, because some people, are not that clear with their punctuation on here and shit like that. Yeah, I don't think I was mocking you. It's okay. It's okay, Lawrence. Pardon me, Lawrence. I didn't mean to mock you. Okay. Icy Saracen, what's up, Brody? Added heaps of Brand Nubian to my 2024 New Year's Eve party playlist. You better pre-save that elephant joint. We'll be raising a toast, you Lord and the crew. Thank you, Icy Saracen. But while you're doing that, you see that right there? You see that? Yeah, go on, what is it? Spotify, Apple Music, shit like that. Pre-save this right now, because this is dropping tomorrow, people. Okay? Tomorrow. Out tomorrow. The wait is over. The Elephant. Lord Jamar, The Elephant.
11 hours.
The first record that I know of that acknowledges FBA in hip-hop. The first hip-hop record that acknowledges FBA. I don't know of another one. And if there is one, it's not of anyone of significance. So this might as well be the first one. You heard? Fuck it.
Why not, right? Why not?
Yeah. Out tomorrow, y'all. Thank you, Icy. AR, Lord Jamar, why you never mention you are Guyanese? Because I'm not Guyanese like that. And y'all keep trying to put that on my jacket, thinking that's somehow going to, take me out of this FBA conversation. And for the millionth time, let's get this straight. Ready? You ready? My great grandfather on my father's side is from Guyana. Okay? My meaning my grandfather was born in New York and my father was born in New York. Nobody talks with an accent in in that side of my family. We ain't got no recipes from Guyana. None of that shit. But here's the thing. On my mother's side, my family traces back to Virginia to the Thomas Jefferson plantation. Ooh. My grandfather on my mother's side, his first cousin is Thurgood Marshall. So y'all want to spread this Guyanese shit around, right? Spread around that my family traces back to Thomas Jefferson and that I'm related to Thurgood Marshall. Why don't you spread that around?
It's not enough contradiction.
Oh, no, because that makes me too much FBA. And you only need one parent, okay, to be FBA. So I beg of you, I plead of you, all you punk bitches that think you're using this to try to somehow diffuse what I'm saying. And here's the thing, right? Here's the crazy thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even if I had no FBA in me,
you still wouldn't be wrong.
I'd still be saying this. I'd still be standing on the truth as I know it to be, and not allowing my feelings and emotions to try to dictate what I'd like the outcome to be from some sort of false allegiance to a place that I've never even been to. See, most of these motherfuckers, most of these Puerto Ricans and Jamaicans who were born here, oh yeah, they don't speak Spanish. A lot of them have never even been back to these places. I've been to Puerto Rico and Jamaica several times. And I'm not Puerto Rican and Jamaica. I've been to the Dominican Republic. I've been to all those type of islands before.
Right.
And I'm not from there, but I never been to Guyana. Because guess what? I didn't even really know I was Guyanese till I did a search. I did a search a few years ago.
Right.
Like y'all seen the shit on the show in real time.
Right.
I was in like my 40s when I found out that my people's from Guyana.
Right.
Or that I had a connection to Guyana, that my shit traced back to Guyana. Okay. On my father's side. Okay. So again, and when I say it's my great grandfather, that means he got here in like 1920 or some shit like that. So first of all, this was before all the Tethers that had a certain disdain for foundational Black Americans. Okay. They will even tell you that it's a certain year. I forget what they say the year is. I think it's 1972 or something like that, where they say if your parents were after 1972 or something like that, or maybe it was 50s. I forget. Don't quote me, but I know there is a date that they talk about. Like if you have a parent that's not necessarily from this country or whatever, or if you have lineage where you just came to this country. So all I'm saying is, even on my father's side, that yes, my great grandfather is from Guyana, but we've been here for at least 3 generations. So you ain't saying shit. And we've been in New York. Okay? New York. My mother's, from Harlem, and my father was born in the Bronx. Okay? So cut the bullshit and spread that out there, AR. Thank you. Aisha, super sticker. Thank you. Louis Luck, we're not the same as Caribbeans. There's no common ancestry to prove that. And Caribbeans like to say that when you give them that smoke back. Well, you know, I think that's something that would need to be
looked into.
Yeah, investigated. Because a lot of times we do assume a lot of things. Well, we assume because those things are not so far. They probably could have took a boat and it would be the same. But we're not actually sure about that. So you're right. Let's not assume without doing the research. Thank you, Louis. Welcome to the barbecue. The others want all FBA rhythm and none of the blues. Ain't that the truth? Thank you. Welcome to the barbecue. Lisa Jackson. Thank you, Lisa. I was 8 years old when disco was dying out. And then something different started to happen. Later on, it became hip hop. Salute, Lord. Exactly. Spiritual Eyes. Once again, LJ, have you heard of Dwan B? Yes, I have heard of Dwan B. I actually would like to get him as a guest on here. We talked about doing something together. So he has great info on our music history and others saying they copied FBA. He would be a great guest. I'm one step ahead of you, Spiritual Eyes, but I thank you for your recommendation because you are correct, sir. Awakened Soul Vibes. Has anyone checked on Busta Rhymes? I'm disappointed in his recent video that surfaced. What recent video? I haven't seen any recent video on Busta Bus. I hope he's fine. Jabari Jones, please shit on Ill Bill, brother.
King Son.
Oh shit, this is King Son calling me right now. Should I take this call right now and just have King Son on real quick?
You definitely should.
Hang on. Peace to the God. Peace to the God.
Lord Jamar, the son born. I got my physical now. It's born from now. Justice and my man Red on the line.
Yeah, well,
right?
I'm live right now, God. We live right now, God.
So I'm gonna call you back.
I'm live on YouTube. Wait, hold up. If you want to just, real quick, if you just want to address while you on the line to the people, wasn't you the one that wrote Fat Joe's first record?
Oh yeah, of course. I wrote Flo Joe. I wrote Shorty Got a Fat Ass, Joe the Fat Gangster. Actually, pretty much, I think probably 2 joints on there, which are like B-side cuts that I didn't write. And Diamond D produced the tracks. And peace to everybody that's listening. This is the God King Son from King Son Demo Way.
Yes, sir.
And I want everybody to know, hey God, why it also calls you. I caught an interview where you said you was in Quandos. There's a few things that I want you to know, Lord Jamar. When you was in Quandos and you said you seen this brother with the army suit on.
And I said, who's the white boy with the kufi? Was it you that I asked that to?
No, he was with me. I'm the one who told him to wear the kufi because he was going bald on top of his head, dog.
Oh, see,
hold up. Now let me take you back again, guys.
Because we used to tell him, God, we used to roll together back in the days, right or left.
That's what I'm about to tell you. Why are you not saying when I used to come get you from North?
I was going to tell them that, God.
And then we go out, we get Shane and little daddy Shane Kane, brother. And then we was go to the movie set. But we had a PA with us, so we shopping and buying equality. And one time, I brought the dude to the set. I brought him to the set. I introduced him to G-Rap, introduced him to Polo, introduced him to you. He didn't know, but he was running with me, guys. I mean, now, I was calling you to remind you of all the things like, God, you remember we used to run heavy, like every day, all day.
Yes,
remember
sir.
that time we seen DMX? When I took you to get some equality, he was in the car slumped over by the college on her 45th. He was like, oh shit, God, they go DMX in the car. You don't recall?
Nah,
remember one
that.
thing about Sunborn? My King Son, my memory is accurate, God. Now, what I was calling you to say, God, now I want everybody on the line to know, I, King Son, have all the receipts. Now, what I was going to do, this is my challenge, God.
Right.
But I need currency for it. So to the highest bidder, I'm willing to tell my entire, in the name of, not against Joe, because I'm not trying to kick a brother or nothing like that. This, that, and the third. But I have a problem with, you trying to call people out of their legacies and call people out of their names because you have currency, bro. You understand? It's like, just because the same corny dude that had no money is the same corny dude that's a millionaire. So your financial status means nothing. One thing that bugged me out, I don't know, in that Math Hoffa interview, I caught it actually this morning. This character said his babysitters made up
created ho. Say ho.
Hey yo, I had to call Melly Mel. I had to call I called Melly Mel, Grandmaster Cass, and they was like, they said, what? They said, yo, son, leave him alone. I said, yo, he really said this on the interview. And the science was Math Hoffa, none of them dudes, Math Hoffa, none of them cats in the room even questioned it. Which shows and proves them cats don't even know about hip hop, man.
Right.
And now this is the kicker, Lord Jamar. I need to get current for it though, for one, because you know my situation. My crib burnt down, and I'm anything, right? But I'm coming up. But the main thing, my challenge is, I'm going to do the whole interview without saying the word nigga one time. Whatever the length of the interview is, I will not say the word nigga, nor will I use profanity, nor will I name call. Not once. So not only is it me coming to your aid, God, as my brother, my righteous brother, but it's also to correct Fat Joe and also challenge him. You do an interview. In the first 10 minutes, you say the word nigga about 1,000 times. With black people in the room.
Did he always talk like that, God? Did he always talk like that?
No, how he talked? No, because they used to say molleto, which is a derogatory term for black nigger with the ER at the end. Like, he wouldn't say Diamond D, Lord Finesse, and them cats. It would be the molletos, or they over there on the molleto side of Forest, which is the Nav side, which is where the predominantly original lived. On the Trinity side, where it was predominantly Puerto Rican, Road.
But Lord Jamar.
Yes.
Lord Jamar.
Now, he on the air now, so know that.
I understand. I know and understand. Part of this call was I got on the phone with him, and we were debating, and I was telling him, regardless of who called, I would do it with the God, because Lord Jamar's always represented the 5% nation, and King Sunborn, is a prevalent individual in the 5% nation. So I'm trying to edge him to do an exclusive with you.
No doubt.
Well, apparently we're doing one semi
And listen, this was unexpected. I didn't know you was gonna call me, did I? This is not something that was arranged. This is just time, you know what I mean? This is just timing like
now,
that.
Cypher, word is born, and see that. So now I kind of put it out there. So this is just a segue.
Okay.
So whoever could get the sponsor, and I'm the only reason I'm asking for current, God, because I need to help my situation. But what I'm going to say is going to Cat Williams this whole thing. I'm saying everything.
Cat Williams this shit.
I bet you I'm going to Cat Williams this thing. So I don't want to Cat Williams it for nothing. So my man told me, like, yo, he trying to find a sponsor. He said, for some, because we know y'all ain't got current to be paying like that, boom, bang, when I'm asking. So he said the only way if somebody get a sponsor, they'd be able to pay you like culture or power at 3 ciphers, and that will get me right to where I could get up and out.
Right.
So God, I've been calling you on this. Like, yo, God, well, tell that brother this and say that. But I have more to say elegantly or eloquently. You build, God. And see, maybe that's why everybody not jumping on it, because you ain't rah-rahing and then. See, he's saying childish and ignorant stuff. Oh, boo, boo. And then let's not talk about fighting, God, because no disrespect to Ice Cube. He's my man. He's cool. He was a millionaire. I helped him out. I fought for him, kept dudes off his back. I gave him some music to give to Ice. He wound up using it, the song Wicked. Told him to come, when he come to New York, sit down and see me. Meanwhile, still a millionaire, West Coast, got a whole West Coast behind a millionaire. He didn't come see me. He came to the Palladium. I ran up on the stage and I rocked him in the face. Remember that?
I think I remember that. Yeah.
So it ain't a matter about no money, bro. It ain't about no money. You might be rich. We might be poor, righteous teachers. But in any case, you will never have more than we have, because not only do we have knowledge of self, half the things y'all say in hip-hop, word from word is born, black from black man, B, cipher,
son.
3 words that come from back in our day, back in hip-hop's early day till now, that you guys use, Weezy created it. The gods.
The B-boy stance. That's the truth for square.
Truth for square.
Well,
so now that's another door open on hip-hop, that 50th hip-hop this, who created that, bop, bop. The gods, we're the God side of the 50th year hip-hop. That's another chapter. But in any way, God, continue doing what you're doing. When you get a chance, build with me. But like I said, whoever gets the sponsor and want to bring the King's son, Cat Williams, to the forefront on this, let's do that, Bill. You heard?
All right, God. We'll talk.
Peace to God.
Peace, God. Peace to the
Yo,
gods.
God, you know what you tell him? You gotta love me or leave me alone. You gotta love me or leave me alone. Peace, God.
Peace, God. All right, King's son.
Very unexpected.
Yeah, that was a nice surprise.
Right.
Yeah, man, we connected, man. I got a long history with the God King's son, man. He used to come up to New Rochelle when I still lived, you know what I mean, with my moms and grandmoms and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm still in the crib type of shit. Like, but yeah, he used to come up, pick me up like every day type of shit. And we used to hit them motherfucking streets, boy. You know what I mean? On some God body, you know, I'm a new rapper, and man, he was a good dude, man.
So
Tadeus, he said 100 flat earth every day and always has been. Earth is measured flat. Theodolites prove it. Lord Jamar, the God, peace. Yep. I mean, if you think about it, when you measure miles and stuff, they're straight miles. You're not measuring curved miles. You know what I mean? You measure on a map here to there. It's a straight line. Like it's straight. It's, you know, however many miles, it's not a curved mile. Just think about that, y'all.
not a curved mile.
Just think about the purpose of certain words like horizon. The purpose of it is to talk about something that's horizontal. You know, an airplane is the purpose of the word is to tell you that the air, it's going across a plane. A plane is a straight line. When you have sea level, the purpose of the word is to tell you that the sea is level. And if 75% of the earth is covered by the sea and it's level, what does that tell you? Thank you.
It tells me that we're living on a bowl.
Huh?
I said it tells me that you're living on a bowl.
Tells me you're infatuated with balls. If you still believe that, that's what it tells me, that you're infatuated with balls. You love balls. C-Mac, no, that the crew cuts. They put the place like they did the 5 Heartbeats. That was common. The actual song is in the movie Cars Life is dream. Okay. KC Mac. You see, that be that type of like writing where I might not fully understand you, and then you're saying that I belittled you or something like that later on. Like, got to get your articulation down a little better, C-Mac. Thank you. Anonymous Thinker, do the FBA. The Team Black. Oh, y'all want to hear it? It goes. We created breakdance. You just helped it advance. Now do the FBA. A Team Black. Team Black. Team Black. Team Black. We created breakdance. You just helped it advance. Now do the FBA. A Team Black. Team Black. Team Black. Team Black. Team Black. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, Anonymous Thinker. DJ Crowbar. Lord, thoughts on debating Rob Swift on the subject? Oh, he's so annoying. Face to face for the culture would be dope. Why? Like, Rob Swift, first of all, is really, who is he other than a DJ? Like he's one of these trick DJs, but he's really inconsequential to the culture. We can do, or we can live without a Rob Swift. You know who Rob Swift is? Exactly.
No, I really don't.
I think he may be Puerto Rican, because he's capping hard for the Puerto Ricans and shit like that. And I've seen him in posts trying to go against me and shit like that, and a lot of shit I say. And he thinks he's some sort of intellectual, and he's not worth debating. There's really nothing to debate about.
That's what I'm trying to say. Like,
yeah,
if
it's ridiculous. Like, debate about what? Debate about what? Tell Rob Swift to tell us what Puerto Rican stuff is in hip hop, and then get back to me. I don't care what your background culture is. But yeah, he's annoying. Nah, I'm not fucking with Rob Swift like that. Zadak, real FBA appreciate any group that appreciates FBA music, but you can't steal it. Exactly. Thank you.
That's all.
That's all. That's all.
Right.
Y'all trying to turn it into some old other shit. Oh, see, people like Lord Jamar are trying to be divisive. Shut. Not gonna say it, but you know what I'm thinking.
Yeah, right.
Sitfu. What is it called? Sitfu.
Yeah, Sitfu.
Sitfu. Sitfu. Lord Abba. Peace to God. Peace to the Freedman family. Shout out to Aretha and DJ FaZe. That's right. My brother DJ FaZe, shout out to you. I saw FaZe had like 40-something thousand on one of them videos. I said, oh shit, FaZe. Had like 49,000 on one of them joints. That's big. You go ahead and do you, FaZe. A Hill, thank you. Since the 1980s and before, we created over 100 genres and subgenres. Ooh, we got to hear that again. Since the 1800s and before, we created over 100 genres and subgenres, not to mention dances. We claim all those, like Kendrick Lamar's anthem, not like us. There will be many more. Thank you, A Hill. Let these mofos know.
I totally agree.
Mo, get it. I will be copying the elephant tomorrow as a B-Day present for myself. Thanks for all the inspirational and Black pride, Lord J. Thank you, Mo, get it. I mean, these days, it's not like you really got to cop the record. You just got to play it. You know what I mean? You gotta go to one of those streaming services and play it. So what you need to do is just put that motherfucker on repeat. You know what I mean? Put that shit on repeat so you yourself will, you know what I mean? Give it spins. But you're already paying for it by paying for these streaming services in a way. So yeah, the way that you help me is just by streaming it, just by playing it. So technically, you're not even coming out your pocket to pay for it right now. That should be helpful. Severy Jordan, thank you. Allison Cooper, as long as you have one FBA parent, you are FBA. Tell them. But they keep throwing this Guyanese shit. They threw the Guyanese shit around so much that somebody tried to say that Sadat's father was Guyanese. And that's not true. But, you know, people get their facts mixed up when they're trying to just throw smut on you. So they don't really care about facts, right?
People you don't even need to pay attention to.
Right. Tony, thank you. He said, wise, peace to the family. You allowed Fat Joe to use the N-word. Is this physical wise? You allowed Fat Joe to use the N-word in a derogatory way, and you said or did nothing like when you got snuffed by disaster on national TV. We're canceling your ass too. Ooh. Shit, I think this
I think it is. I honestly do.
I think this is my physical wise. This is my brother Wise that's right under me and shit. Thank you, bro. Hey, you know, he got strong feelings like his big bro, man. What could I say? Thank you, bro. Retro boxing and documentaries. The best receipts they could have had was classic singles and albums, but because they have no receipts on those outdated elements, they need to see how they measure up with whites and Mexicans in MCing. Listen, I say I don't come with receipts. I come with invoices. I'm not showing you what you paid. I'm showing you what you owe. Here's your invoice, sir, for using this hip hop shit to make you rich. You need to pay us what you owe. FBA tax. FBA tax. Y'all need to start tithing. Give us that 10%. Meth cut, thank you. Is this wise again? In 2001, Q-Tip and Fat Joe did a movie called Prison Song. In the movie, Q-Tip's character pushes Fat Joe's character on the third rail subway track. I love that scene.
God.
That's hilarious. Oh, shit. Mo Will 608. Lord, you got a bunch of anchor babies mad in your chat right now. Hey, I'm not even watching the chat. I'm just reading the super chats. So if any of these anchor babies think I'm seeing any of their angry text or whatever they're doing, first of all, moderators, you know what to do. Get these motherfuckers out of here. Secondly, I'm not seeing that. If you want me to see something negative, you better pay. You better pay to make me see it. That's the only way I'm going to see that motherfucker. If you're just joining us, everybody, make sure you click that like button. I'm not sure how many likes there are right now, but make sure you click the like button, click that share button, let people know that we're live. You know, we started off talking about Math Hoffa's response to the Fat Joe clip. Was it helpful? Did it make things worse? I think everybody's consensus was that it made things worse. Thank you, Mo Will 608. Todd Bridgeforth. He said, I work with a guy from Puerto Rico. He looks down on dudes like Fat Joe. He said those guys are New Yorican. They can't even speak Spanish and never went to Puerto Rico. Exactly. They don't even like each other. And people like Fat Joe, the New Yorkers, are like trying to go hard to make the Islanders feel like they're really Puerto Rican. That's why they're doing a lot of this shit. Like, to try to like, yo, look at me. Like, come on. I am Puerto Rican. I know I don't speak Spanish, but look, I'm waving that flag. I'm trying to, you know, stand up for us in hip hop. Like, come on. Give me some credit, guys. They're like, we don't give a fuck Papa.
Someone said Latins and Caribbean is making this about them. This is about Joe. Tell them mind your business.
This is a fact.
Didn't catch the name and move too fast up the list, but
Trey Miles. I think you could stop it if you can stop it and scroll.
Right.
I believe.
Right.
Trey Miles. Peace to the gods and earth. Such a pleasure to hear the God King Son's voice. What can we do to help the Lord? Really hated to hear about his house burning down. God will provide. Shit, man. We could try to find a maybe you can give me a Cash App link or something we can put in the description later or something like that.
Right.
Yeah, we could help the God. We could help the God. Thank you, Trey. Blood money. Right, some FBA tax. Shit, where's Fat Joe when you need him? Fat Joe said he helps people when their house burned down. I'm there. Okay, well, the guy that wrote your first shit, he needs help right now, actually. Fat Joe, where's Fat Joe right now? Yeah. Blood money. I'm Mexican and curious what your knowledge is on Mexican origins. I was always told I had native blood, and I assumed so since I'm dark-toned. But FBA says they're the real natives. Big fan, by the way. Listen, man. I think a lot of us got wrangled and mixed up with borders. You know, once the Europeans got here and saying this is this and that is that, a lot of research needs to be done by us. You see, we need to do our own research. Stop taking things on face value and acting like, oh, well, these anthropologists said that this is what happened. Man, you can't trust these motherfuckers as far as you throw them. Trace the money back.
Lineage is different, so you really have to do your own personal research. For you
we have to do our own research.
If we want a definitive on you. But indigenous is people from the land, so you're dark tone, more than likely from the land.
We're indigenous to this planet Earth, y'all. You know what I mean? Now, how that connects us, you know, remains to be seen. But I know the original people are indigenous to this planet Earth. So yes, the darker skinned people of this earth are the original man and woman. Christopher Ingram. Lord Jamar is a legend. One for all, brand Nubian. Thank you, Christopher. Appreciate you. Boulevard 73. Rob Swift with Akinelli DJ on his first album. Okay. All right. That's cool. Shout out to Akinelli. Then get your man, Ak. Christopher Scott, FBA strong. Yes, sir. C Mac, sorry for the bad typo. Can you have a vetted call in as well? All love, not offended at all. There you go. Constructive criticism. I had people calling in. At one point, I was putting up the link to this to where you can come into the you know, onto the video call. You know what I mean? Right. King Son called my actual phone. He has my phone number. So your phone can Bluetooth to this roadcaster. So that's why y'all were able to hear the call, and I can talk to him through the mic and all this type of shit. I mean, I could get a number that y'all can call. Yeah, I can get a number. But see, I got to figure it out because, yeah, I need it to be like switchboardy. Like, once I put a phone number up, people would want to, like, start calling. And then I'm getting a bunch of calls at once. I can't have that. I got to figure it out. But, yeah, we were definitely doing something where I was putting up the link to this stream, which never changes, actually. It's the same link every week. So, yeah, we can start doing that again at some point. Ron Du from the Bronx. Big respect to the God for standing on facts. Very disappointed in KRS and Bus, but not so much in Joe. I'm not FBA, Jamaican American, but I can acknowledge the real. We can't have nothing to ourselves. Yep. This is very true. Very true. Tino Thomas, never listened to no Latino rap. Fat Joe music always been pop to me. And yes, your music is in my playlist. 50 from Chicago. Stay encouraged, fam. Thank you. Jamar Hooks, thank you. Where is the hip-hop influence in Puerto Rico today? FBA. This is a great question. Where is the hip-hop influence in Puerto Rico today, since y'all feel like y'all was part of the creation process? Why did nothing like hip-hop ever spring up in Puerto Rico prior to that or after? Because we've got plenty of examples of hip-hop-ish dance and rapping and all kinds of elements of hip-hop that existed way before hip-hop even existed. And this was being done by foundational Black Americans. So just where with a H on the where, like where?
Absolutely.
Where? I don't see it. Where is it? It's nowhere. That's where. Nowhere. That's where. D-Tash, Lord J, what do you think of Dr. Umar's recent comments? This wouldn't be an issue if PRs acknowledge their African heritage to begin with. Well, I said pretty much the same thing without saying African heritage. I just said, if y'all really believe that y'all was Black the way y'all say y'all do,
conversation,
then this would not even be a conversation.
Right.
Because hell, if you're Black and you live in America, forget the foundational part for a second. You would be a Black American, right? Forget the foundational part, but if you're Black, you say you're Black, you're an American citizen, that would make you a Black American, right? So why do you even have a problem with this? See, the divisiveness comes in when you want special credit, when you want to wave your fucking flags and wave the Puerto Rican flag or wave the Jamaican flag or any other flag other than the flag of the country that your people fled to.
I guess Baby's asking, does reggaeton count?
They didn't create reggaeton either. That was created in like Panama by some Black Panamanians. Okay? So again, what are we talking about here? He
was asking,
no, that was a rhetorical question.
Okay.
I know what yeah. I said the same thing, people. This shouldn't be an issue if you really believe that you were Black, but you don't believe you're Black. You want to be something else. And that's what's divisive. Not the fact that we're holding on to our creation and saying, back the fuck up. You didn't fucking do this. We don't give a fuck how much you love it. You didn't create this. Back the fuck up. Okay?
FBA, the creating cause.
Well, so you're the one being divisive. You're the one saying Puerto Ricans did this, Jamaicans did this, Bajans did this. Why not Black Americans did it? That's not good enough for y'all. That's not good enough for y'all.
It's something.
And then when we put the foundational on it, that really pisses you off. But why couldn't just Black Americans have done it?
So Math Hoffa question, what is Black? Something along the lines. He said, what is that?
You have a bad connection. Your shit is kind of breaking up kind of right now. You sound computery.
Still?
Go ahead. Keep talking.
I still sound computery?
No, now you're good. Now you're good.
All right. I was saying in the Math Hoffa joint earlier, he was saying, what is Black? You say Black.
Well, there's many people have their technical what is Black and all that. We're telling you what foundational Black Americans are. That's what we're telling you, what we're defining as the Black that we're talking about. So again, when I said Kamala ain't Black, there's people will be like, well, what is Black? Don't you just have the 1/8 rule? And even though she's Indian, she's still. No, I'm talking about American Black. So when we say what is Black, we mean American Black. That's what we mean. That's what Black is to us. Real Black. That's real Black. All this other stuff is you Black, but you're not that Black. You understand what I'm saying? You're not this type of Black that we talking about. And I'm just sorry, it is what it is.
Right. So,
but now that I divide myself, now it's a problem. You've been dividing yourself.
Right.
Oh, Haitians, we have our own special way. Oh, Jamaicans, we do this. Oh, Puerto Ricans, you can have your own way, but now when we want to have our own something, it's a fucking problem. It's a divisive problem.
Mm-hmm. Is it?
See, that's gaslighting at its finest. This is the epitome of gaslighting. This is what they're doing to us, people. They're trying to gaslight us. They're trying to diffuse us, make us feel bad about standing up for ourselves. And it's not going to work. It's not going to work. We're not going for your code words. We're not going for your, trying to side rail the conversation and come with all this other shit. Ain't you Guyanese? All this, not. We're sticking on the fucking topic. Even if I was, that would have nothing to do with the origins of hip hop. Okay? It would have nothing to do with it. Native Jeff Smith. Putting money over integrity equals a sellout. The math ain't mathin'. Salute, Lord Jamar. FBA all day. Yes, sir. And finally, Malik Omar. Thank you. He said, can we hit homie in his pockets by emailing ABC at newstips, abcnews.com or ABC7news at abcnews.com? Joey's performing New Year's on ABC. God bless, Jamar. Hey, we sure could. We sure could. That's something that the, small hat community would do, or the LGHDTV community would do that if they had a problem with a certain, performer.
Right.
If they felt they were insulted. So, I mean, I'm not opposed to it. Damn. Yeah, I'm not opposed to it. I think that could be all right. King of NJ, BTBT, BTBTV, Mr. Eastwood. Peace to the true and living God. Peace, God. I like that thumbnail. Decipher, thank you. Said respect for the inception. Respect for the inception is pervasive, and the obstinate, invasive plant is repelled, lacking hesitance. Darkness exists prior to the lack of melanin. Oh, D-Cypher's trying to get deep. He wants us to, D-Cypher wants us to decipher what he just said.
Pretty much.
All right. Respect for the inception is pervasive, and the obstinate, invasive plant is repelled, lacking hesitance. Darkness exists prior to the lack of melanin. That's how it sounds like you're supposed to read that, like a fucking like a villain and shit. Yeah. Thank you, D-Cypher. I mean, you got your fucking MF Doom villain mask on and shit, so I thought I'd add a little theatrics to your super chat. Thank you. Zadak, once again, he said FBA been saying Black James Brown, black and proud, nothing new. Yeah, we've been saying, I'm black and I'm proud. Say it louder. I'm black and I'm proud.
What about the female rappers of hip hop? Have any of them said anything about these type of situations, or are any of them voiceful about any of this ever?
That's a good question. I haven't heard any female rappers talk about this out loud per se. Although, shout out to Sha Rock. Sha Rock just sent a last show. She sent $100 Cash App, which tells me she's very much in support of what we're doing here, you know, and what we're talking about. So Sha Rock, who is the original female MC, who was there back then, who's been on my show, who will tell you.
Come on back. She probably needs to come on back.
Well, we could bring her back. Listen, I'm all for bringing the legends back one more again, just to show you that this is not me just talking out my ass, that the people that were actually there will tell you about what it was and who was there and who wasn't there. You know what I mean? And it's just that simple. Yeah, but that's a good question. I think a lot of the females feel like, man, we got our own fight as females in hip hop. You know what I mean? Out of my mind. Thank you. So they rewarded Joey for disrespecting. If you know, you know. Yeah, I mean, he probably was already booked for this New Year's Eve thing or whatever the case may be. You know, you still got to let those things play out. But I think they're going to start seeing that he's not really somebody that we want to see like that, you know. And I think we were supporting these things, you know. Again, we thought Joe was cool and all of that, so we'd still watch it and all. So he's getting the ratings, and it makes it seem, you know, makes it seem like he's a good fit for that. But I think once FBA pulls back our support for these type of people, they're really gonna feel it. They're really gonna feel it. And I don't care who you are. You know, some people's like, oh, how's it gonna affect me? How's FBA not fucking with me gonna affect me? Like, yeah, all right. All right, keep talking shit. Yeah, you about to find out how it's gonna affect you. You about to see. I'm trying to tell y'all. But it's all good, because if you take away support one place, you can give support somewhere else. Okay? So come on over here to the God Power with Lord Jamar. The elephant will be out tomorrow, New Year's Eve. So we can go right into the New Year's playing the first record in hip hop that acknowledges FBA and our, you know, our creation of this hip hop, of this thing we call hip hop. Yeah. Also, if you're just joining us, that's cousin Corey right there with me. Yeah, we just testing out his shit today. You might want to hardwire your computer. Oh shit. You might want to hardwire your computer, cuzzo. Because I feel like at an Ethernet cable, you know what I mean?
Right.
Because your shit has a little bit of a little glitchy here and there, but it'll be all right.
Right.
It'll be all right. We'll get you right. We'll get Cuzzo right.
Cuzzo, yo, that's this album of yours. Let's talk about that for a minute because.
Hang on, really. Let me just read this real quick. Freedman's Network, thank you. He said, I've been emailing his sponsors all day, and calling White Castle, CVS, Stars, Paramount. The email is abc7@abc.com. Y'all see that, everybody? Freedman's Network. abc7@abc.com. If people in this chat right now happen to have a problem with Fat Joe, and you would like to voice your opinion, I mean, you can easily do it from your phone right now. If you would just type abc7@abc.com and just paste that into your browser or whatever, into your email thing. You can send an email real quick. But it's up to you, Right. Freedman's Network is just showing you that if you do want to do it, it's easy as easy as ab7@abc.com. But I think it's the 11th hour, for them to take them out in the 11th hour. It's possible, but
doubt it.
I doubt it too. I'm going to be realistic about it, but anything's possible. So again, if that's what y'all want to do, feel free. So go ahead. What'd you say? You want to talk about the album real quick?
Yeah, so you keep I heard you on a couple of different podcasts talking about your album. What makes your album different this time? What makes it better this time?
I feel like what makes it better this time than my last solo album, you're saying?
Mm-hmm. Of course. I mean, I heard the album. I'm excited about it. So what makes you excited about this, and what made you bring it the way you brought it this time? Because it's definitely different.
All right. So first of all, I'm more mature. I have more musical knowledge now. I have years now of production techniques that I can rely upon, and combined with new shit that I've learned. So production wise, like on my first album, I only produced a few joints on there. Like, I allowed other producers to come in and, do some shit on there. I still produced, but I didn't produce the whole thing. Like, you know what I mean? So in a way, it wasn't really a full representation of me per se. You know what I mean? Okay. Now this one, I produced everything except for 2 joints.
It's the opposite. Okay.
Yeah, it's the opposite. Yeah. So it just feels more, I mean, I just have full control, and it just feels more like this is me. And it just came out real organic, real, yeah, it just came out, bro. And the type of samples that I'm picking and the way the music sounds and the way I'm, even how I've learned how to mix and all this type of shit is even, everything is at a high level right now.
Okay.
So that's what's different.
Okay.
Although, we was putting out high level music when we was still just fumbling in the dark. That's what's so crazy. Like We were making classic albums when we were still learning, and that's crazy. Like in God we trust. We just.
But that's the beautiful part about music. You always learn when it comes to music.
We just bought equipment and was like, fuck it, let's just learn this shit. You know what I mean? And I just started reading manuals. And I made fucking classic shit. I produced classic records as I was learning. I didn't fully know, this shit is, the drum is in key with the, I didn't know all of that shit. But now I know all of that shit. You see what I'm saying? Now I know all of that shit. And I still got the ear.
Are you coming out with videos? Should we expect you to be?
Yeah, I'm going to be directing damn near videos for every fucking song. Yeah. My partner, fucking Roman Polanski, P. Lansky. We got the video shit on deck. And when you see the type of shit that we doing, I'm telling you, it's gonna be like some movie type of shit. This is not gonna be just regular point and shoot videos. Yeah, we're gonna try to do some shit that's creative and that's always lit well, and you know what I mean?
Okay.
And just done right. So yeah, we getting ready to shoot that elephant in the room soon. To get that motherfucker out, since the shit is dropping tomorrow, we gotta fucking shoot that like ASAP.
Right.
So, yeah. Hang on. Freedmen's Network. Oh no, I already said that one. Sam W. You never said our Rican brothers weren't there. You're just saying they didn't start hip hop. Yep. That's all we're saying. But they want to always move the line. G.I. Mo, I've talked to all my elders and they have never mentioned a slave ship or African roots. Black Africans are the most hated. Salute,
Black
Lord.
Americans.
Oh, Black Americans. Thank you. Yes. Yes. I just saw something. Maybe I could share it with y'all. Tell me if you can hear this audio. Because this was sent to me, and this was very interesting about this whole slave trade lie. Can you hear this?
Down the collective travel time for all these trips? Sure. If we consider each trip taking 2 months, the total travel time would be around 80,000 months, which is equivalent to about 6,666 years of collective time. For a round trip, each journey will be about 12,000.
Hold up, let me bring it back.
years. How many boats
believe in a slave ship?
To Brazil and Mexico during the transatlantic slave trade? Approximately 4.25 million African slaves were shipped to Brazil and Mexico. How many trips were made to transport these slaves? It's estimated that around 43,750 trips were made. How long did each trip typically take? Each one-way trip took about 2 months. Can you break down the collective travel time for all these trips?
Can you hear all of this?
Consider each trip taking 2 months. The total travel time would be around 80,000 months, which is equivalent to about 6,666 years of collective time. For a round trip, each journey would be about 12,000 years.
12,000 years
would be needed to make these trips. If we assume each trip required its own boat, then approximately 40,000 boats would have been needed. How long would it take to build these boats? If it took 3 to 5 years to build a single large cargo ship, then it would have taken an incredibly long time to construct 40,000 boats. Even with an average build time of 3 years per ship, it would take 120,000 years to build them all. Even if it only took 1 year to build a ship, it would take about 40,000 years of construction.
Still believe in a slave.
Okay, did y'all hear that just now?
I heard
Did
it.
y'all hear that?
The numbers was crazy.
6,000. If you go by the numbers of what they talking about, it would take 6,000 years to get that many people from Africa to over here.
Based on the
With 40,000 years of boat building time.
So did it happen?
Not the way they said it happened.
Okay.
A very minuscule amount. If you follow our brother Dane Calloway, you'll find out that a lot of it was told in reverse. A lot of us was brought over there.
Right.
A lot of us was brought over there and brought to Europe.
Mhm.
And then at some point we was brought back to America, and then they calling us Africans and shit. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, we're dealing with a crafty bunch, man. That's all I can say, man.
Do
We're
you
dealing
believe
with a crafty
it
bunch.
was just
So
shipping
please
us?
don't believe that bullshit that they telling you. Brown sugar, baby. She said, love you, Lord
Bernie
Jamar.
does?
Thank you, brown sugar, baby. Love you too, baby. Baby. Brown sugar, baby. Yeah. Well, listen, man, I think we're getting ready to get out of here. It's been about 2.5 hours. I appreciate y'all coming through like this. We're gonna go out as we came in. Like I said, this joint is out tomorrow.
Go pick it up, y'all. Go pick it up.
I guess what, 12 midnight? I guess they would let it rock
tomorrow.
All you got to do is stream it. Yeah, that's tomorrow.
Just
so
play it, y'all. Just
all
play.
you got to do is press play. Like
As you assess such an
it
elegant
used to be.
let's address the
Go
elephant
to the
in
store.
the room. Let's address the elephant in the room.
Let's
Let's address the elephant in the room. As you assess such an elegant tune,
Just press
let's
play on
address
that
the
motherfucker.
elephant in the room. Let's address the elephant in the room. Let's address the elephant in the room.
Shout out my Ricans and Jamaicans. I know you think I'm hating, but you had no influence in creation of this hip hop. Your participation was tip top, but Black Americans showed you how to rip shop. Have you forgot that we taught you how to dress? Back then, coming out looking like a mess. Y'all were dumbing out, tank tops made a mess, shoes clunky. We showed you how to get funky fresh, amongst the best. We helped you learn the language, so at school you wouldn't flunk the test.
Let's address the elephant in the room.
The elements came from Bam, the man grooms. Breaking just another dance that came from the culture. Don't be like the other man and act like a vulture. All day influences, FBA. I'll say it's true, right to this day.
As you assess such an elegant tune, let's address the elephant in the room. Let's address the elephant in the room. Let's address the elephant in the room. As you assess such an elegant tune, let's address the elephant in the room. Let's address the elephant in the room. Let's address the elephant in the room.
Okay, the sun isn't 93 million miles away. If it was, then why is it dark in space? The sun and moon are right here in the atmosphere. It's clear, just that information that these bastards fear. I send an invitation to Neil deGrasse Tyson. Wanna debate him cause I feel that his ass lying. How is the fly defying gravity? If it's holding down the ocean, that's a ridiculous notion. And water always finds its level. It can't curve on a ball, but y'all's to have the nerve and the gall to call me a flat earther, like I'm a bad person. Shit is sad when I see the ignorance worsen. And I know this doesn't jive with the lessons, but I will always be a 5 to my essence. I think it's time we address it. Renew our Quran, what we need to do, word is born.
As you assess such an elegant tune, let's address the elephant in the room. Let's address the elephant in the room. Let's address the elephant in the room. As you assess such an elegant tune, let's address the elephant in the room. Let's address the elephant in the room. Let's address the elephant in the room.
Yeah. Go get that tomorrow, y'all.
Tonight.
Yeah, tonight. Go get that tonight, 12 midnight. Go stream the fuck out of that. Let them know FBA strong in this bitch. You heard. All right, shit. Gonna be out. Cuzzo, you got a social media or something for the people or something that you could
Next time, cuz. Next time.
Okay. All good.
Always the next time, cuz. Yeah, them up next time with it.
All good.
Right.
Listen, I appreciate y'all. And once again, what's tomorrow? Tuesday? Yeah. Maybe we could sneak on real quick tomorrow for a little while. You know, not at nighttime, not no 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Because for real, this ain't no real New Year's. New Year's is on April 1st, man. When the spring comes, man. That's the New Year's, y'all. That's the real New Year's, man.
Correct.
Roll the tape. Thank you. He said that fire. That was fire. Salute. I support you. NFBA all day. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. You heard?
Well, cuz thanks for letting me get on this situation with you.
Yes, sir.
Very interesting to say the least.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? And everyone knows what it is, I think, by now. You know what I mean?
They know.
I think it's understood.
No, now you know. Right. Yes, thank y'all, man. I appreciate y'all for coming through, and I'm gonna check y'all on the bounce. Peace.
Welcome to the God Pod with Lord Jamar. Not a hard job to expose the fraud you are. P. Diddy, Kid Cudi, explode your car. Shit get ugly when I unload the scar. But this ain't PUBG. Shout out to my people around the world that love me. Peace to Artie Stacks, Digger, and Godfrey. My people in the chat, all my niggas that got me. Rest in peace, fact checker rage. Got memories that never fade. You are still missed to this day. Sever with my blade what gets in my way. Never be a tether, this is FBA. I got games for whoever wanna play. Spit flames for forever and a day. Shit changed and you better get away. You know my name, motherfucker, is Lord J.